Hey, I'm Justin, and right now we're going to speak about if you want less sadness. See if this hits home. And that is, what is sadness, right? It is you being stuck. You psychologically zooming in and creating importance around a specific topic. Now, hey, I get it. Sometimes people pass away, the flood may take away the house, etc. Things happen, and not everything is pleasurable. That's just the fact. But can we slow down? Can we slow down, zoom out, pause, right? And actually look at what is happening. What is really happening on a precise level when someone becomes sad, right? I give you a few examples. The examples are irrelevant. The bottom line is that there is a process in which sadness consistently occurs through, right? And that is to pause and to see that we are the ocean, not the individual waves in the ocean. When we get swallowed by an individual wave, which we could label sadness, then we feel sad, don't we? But if we can zoom out, realize that we're the ocean, not the specific wave of sadness, then we can learn through noticing that movement of sadness within us. And that's what we're talking about here. To be sad is to zoom in, scope, and overemphasize one aspect to your life. But if you have the awareness to pause, watch the sadness the moment that it arises, you're going to naturally find intelligence through watching how emotion and thought work. Because we have on average, like 80,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot. Point is that thought and emotion can deter you. It can drive you. But is there a drive so much more real than emotion and thought? Is there a drive so much more real than emotion and thought? So let's go into that. As to be sad, to be angry, to be lustful, to use that as fuel. Sure. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not your authority. Not me. Bottom line is, what is intelligence? Is intelligence contrasting to sadness, emotion, lust, anger, greed, envy? I feel that it is, right? Isn't intelligence to see what is on a grand level? Isn't wisdom to have the capacity to consider all variables at play, not just one wave, right? So why bring up wisdom and intelligence? Well, we mentioned the word drive, right? If you can see the meaning in life, you will invite a drive, which is intelligence and wisdom. And when you align yourself with the golden fortune wave of intelligence and wisdom, you will no longer get trapped by sadness. You may have a moment, but you will have the energy, the awareness to see the sadness as it arises. When you are that tuned in and connected to the source, that you have the energy and the awareness to notice thought and emotion moving, the moment that it starts to move, it doesn't swallow you. When we are no longer swallowed by thought and emotion, we have such an energetic influx, because our energy gets spent in the form of thought and emotion. You go through vicious cycles, right? Past, future, memories. Did she say this? Is he thinking this? Blah, blah, insecurity, fear, etc. all that energy. It's not a wise investment of energy. It's not. But if we can start to do the work, feel that energy is very much fundamental to everything that we do in life, right? We're human beings, there's other human beings, there's animals. What do we do on a daily basis? Whether it's for your career, your intimate connections, school, you talk to other people, you meet other human beings. So what if through connecting more to the source, through doing the work which I'm mapping out, the quality of our relationships begin to become more in sync, more rooted in wisdom and intelligence. Now, what happens to humanity when each human begins to walk around in an aware manner? What happens to humanity when each individual begins to walk around connected to awareness? We don't perpetuate unhealed wounds because things have been healed. Therefore, the energy of that unhealed perpetuation, that drainage, it doesn't affect others because you're not sending that chaos out to others. When you don't send that chaos out to others, you increase the likelihood of them having their own psychological space to do the work to align with intelligence. Now, again, when we have these humans walking around, these individuals who are aware, connected to the source, intelligent, less conflict, less division, more joy, more connection. And that's what it is to truly be alive. Because when you're joyous, when you're connected, you're in that moment. You are not thinking about jack. You're in that moment. You're present. You're listening. And your energy's alive. You are alive. And I don't know how much longer humanity can carry on the way that we've been carrying on. I very much see clearly that it is the time for us to wake up. We have to. This is imperative. And I'm not saying that with a force, but an urgency coming from compassion. Because we have to. We have to. And, it's a beautiful opportunity. It's beautiful. Because the contrast is beyond words, right? When we live in this way, when we listen, I know you've had moments where your sense of self has dissipated, when your ego has gone. What's an ego death, right? It's those moments. It's those moments when you do the noticing, you see how thought and emotion works, and you unravel what your ego is. You start to become aware that you're not the sense of self, right? The ego wants to think Justin is important, right? I'm the ocean. No. The awareness behind Justin's thoughts and emotions, that's the ocean. That's the source. We're all connected to the source. It's just who's going to do the work to see that you're connected to the source. And it's out there. It's for whoever wants to do the work. And it's not for any race, any culture, any specific group, family, net worth, jack. Every single human has the capacity. Now, the hands that you've been dealt, the layers of energy that you may have to work through, hey, that's for you. But I'll leave you with something practical. And that is to perceive in a structural manner. To stop getting so stuck in the details of the personal thought and emotion, right? Preferences, likes, biases, dislikes, opinions, beliefs. It's all bullshit. It's all useless. It doesn't matter. Why? Because that's all coming from the illusory personal self. That's all attachment created via the ego. And living through the energy of the ego is not intelligent. But of course, I'm not saying you just disappear. No, you align yourself so that you're more aware of when your ego's corrupting that flow to the source. And as you do this, it gets easier and easier. And then naturally you're flowing more. You're just like the ocean, tide in, tide out. And there's no force, right? It's not like you want others to wake up. I do not want others to wake up. I just know it's what has to happen. And I see this creation, the sharing of a specific energy to be, what else can I do, right? What else can we do but do the work within our own psyche to create a life of abundant energy? Because, I'm not big on the past, but it's 2024 right now. Just 3-4 years ago, my life was a lot different. A lot different, much harder, much heavier. Yeah, much heavier. Took a lot of things more seriously. And let me say that when I say that I took a lot of things more seriously, I've never been doing better materially in my life than now. So as you walk the spiritual path, your energy attracts material abundance. Your energy makes your real life easier. That's what I got for you. That's the bottom line. And I know at least one of you are ready. I know it. And no attachment. But let's go. Let's go. Big smile. Appreciate you guys sincerely. Bottom line is, writing 3 to 4 emails per week, hop on that newsletter. You'll get a free masterclass, the next free lead magnet, which is pretty much feeling comfortable in your own skin. That'll be out within, I'm not going to put a deadline on myself, but all the writing's done. All I got to do is edit it, build the landing pages, do a few technicals. So I got that coming up for you soon, and let's go! Come on now, let's do the work. Have a wonderful day. Sleep well.